Oh, sugar snap. Look who's here. Senor Jefe. Dear Ranch Monday. Hola, senor.
Hey,
What's the happy noon, sir? Free TV just for me?
Yes.
Right
Well,
on.
you know, we give out free. We can't.
Oh, that's right. Nope, no free items. Nothing on this world is free. Except for an attitude check at the door.
Taxes and death are always free.
Oh, boy.
Guaranteed. I think that's the same.
Guaranteed.
Taxes, death.
So what's new? What's latest? What's the greatest? What's hot?
Everybody's touching the low-cost, high-value paint gun set that's down on the bottom. I don't have a review on it yet. $194.
Uh-huh.
So this is the first guy to buy one. We'll see how it is. He just wants to do some stuff at home. He said, I don't need a fancy paint gun, and I'm good at keeping all my stuff clean.
Nice.
So him being a body painter, prepper guy, he said, that's the key. He said, yeah, some will spray a little funky, but...
Looks good. I like it. I like it.
There was something in
Swivelly pivelies.
needed to...
Sonex lady slippers. Lang. Gear wrench. These are those platinum thin tappet wrenches.
True that.
Look at those guys.
You're busy business owner, so...
Oh, wait a minute.
That's the... I got a cowboy driver there.
I have these. Love these, by the way.
So I ordered 60 bags of Cowboy Dry, and he sent 60 bags of teriyaki. How's that? How's strike one? This is the
Looking
brown
pretty
one.
good.
Yeah,
Some little goodies.
60 bags that's kind of everybody likes.
I think we've seen most of the stuff though.
I've been trying to get you to get this shit
What is
back
this?
Remember you were saying
Look at that. Seam Buster.
there was something funky about it.
Seam Buster 2000. CTA radiator pressure test kits. See what the difference is between this and the Cornwell, Snap-on, etc. Ooh, I like how it comes with this metal style. Just try to shove plastic at you. Looks pretty much the same. That's pretty nice. If you guys are looking for a pressure tester. Anything else fancy schmancy here? Masks. Everything else looks pretty good. This is a great kit to have. See, here's some Long Reach Milwaukee. I don't know. Some of you guys really like the Milwaukee stuff. Take a look at here. Let's see, some other good sockets and walls and 12 points.
But this guy's giving stuff.
All right, well, we're going to be getting here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very brief little tool exploration here on Jeff's truck. Some of these hyperdrive drill bits made by Canute. I don't know. Check it out. Good stuff. If you guys are looking for that Matco look-alike without paying Matco prices, we got to get out of here. So we'll see you guys back at the house with beer and bullshit. How do you end up flipping upside down? That's how we had to take the shell off. Try not to flip upside down so much. Go ahead.
You might want to move up here.
Do not hit their car, please. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Kind of making ourselves at home here as far as the garage scene goes. Probably have to do some kind of something in the back for you guys to look at outside of the heater in my laundry. So aside from that, cheers to those of you that have your drinks or your beers. Tonight I decided to go a different route. We're going to be talking about tool trucks being phased out. Now, this is a thing. This is a thing. In case you guys weren't aware of that, it's a thing. A lot of the guys are looking for high-end, pro-end tools, right? You've shopped at big stores. You've shopped at your local auto parts stores. So you got your big boxes, your auto parts, and then you got your tool trucks. And the tool trucks used to be the main source for professional tools as far as automotive was concerned. Now everybody's making them, to the point where now the tool trucks are starting to phase out. The independent trucks are no longer hitting all the dealerships like they used to, because not a lot of people are trying to spend that kind of money on what they feel like is a non-professional tool. A lot of us, to include myself, would disagree with that. However, this is just a thought process, okay? Now, let's go a little bit further down that rabbit hole for a little bit. We have not been able to successfully have a Cornwell dealer stay in business over the last 10 years longer than about 6 months. I think he lasted 6 or 7 months. When Jeff went from Cornwell Tools to an independent distributor, he got away from the Cornwell brand. And that was one of the first brands that we started doing tool reviews on, because there wasn't a lot of videos about Cornwell. And now we kind of know why, a decade later, right? So, any rate, 6 months, like 4 months in, he started kind of complaining. 2 months in, he kind of started looking a little bit haggard. 6 months in, he's done, he's out. And it was the same thing for Snap-on for a little bit. Now we have Snap-on Garrett. He's been consistent in our area, but there have been other Snap-on reps in the lower desert areas that have been in and out, in and out, in and out. The Matco reps, pretty consistent. Usually the Matco guys do pretty good. Not really sure what it is, but it seems like of all the tool truck brands out there, they're just a hair cheaper than Snap-on, a couple hairs more expensive than your independent tool truck, but they've been consistent since 2010, 2009, when they first started actually going into tool distribution. Now, when I was in community college, I was introduced to Matco for the very first time in 2010. So around that 2009, 2010 area, they were still a new and upcoming professional brand that you could count on, but they were new and up and coming. Now, I don't know if that was the entirety of the brand, or if that was, like, I believe it to be the start of the brand of Matco. And we can Google search, like, when Matco went in business. Let me just find out. All right, so actually, Matco Tools was founded in 1946 out of Stowe, Ohio, was making professional brand tools, but having them rebranded underneath, I guess, Mac Tools, to include their toolboxes. Not exactly 100% sure when they actually started distributing tools with an independent tool truck. I think this was a first step for them, but they definitely made their own products for a little while, and now, of course, everything's been rebranded. Either way, like I said, I was introduced to them back in 2010. We were told they were up and coming, so maybe that was when they launched their first shuttle vans and tool trucks. But nowadays, it seems like more and more people are purchasing tools off of Amazon, purchasing tools out of big box stores. A lot of the name brands that you can even find on Snap-on, Matco, Mac, Cornwell, Lyle being a number one contributor. We've seen CTA, we've seen OTC that was rebranded. There's a lot of tools that are rebranded that we finally figured out where they were actually made for, and like how they're half the cost and stuff like that. There are certain things that have copyright infringement packages where they have signed a contract for a certain period of time. If they decide not to make good on that contract after a certain period of time, then they just kind of release it to the wild, and then everybody can make it, rebrand it, do whatever the heck they want with it, right? And that's what we've seen over the course of the years. So now concurrently, I'm letting you know a lot of these tool trucks are starting to slowly but surely phase out, to the point where there are some professional like Snap-on, Matco, and Cornwell and Mac Tools. Okay, there's 2 out of 4 that service our area, to be honest. We have Snap-on and Matco. We were without Snap-on for years, like 3 or 4 years, I think. But we've always had our Matco tool distributor. Mac Tools was done 8-9 years ago. It's been incredibly corny and Cornwellish for them to just not be around hardly at all. So consistently, it's been Matco. And I'll let you guys know that nowadays, this might be the end. Maybe don't invest all your money into Matco, Snap-on, Cornwell, or even Mac Tools, because we're down to the pivotal point where these trucks are just not coming around anymore. That's a big takeaway. No one wants to travel around and around and around to make $20, $100 a day, warrantying out a whole bunch of other junk to carry thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to never really getting your pay dirt. I think places like JDT Co. do very well because they have a store, or they can run a route, or they do both. I think places like Jeff with his gear wrench tool distribution that he does, even he's kind of getting fed up with certain shops. Might be in his better interest to go ahead and open up a store. We have a store locally in town. It's called the Toolbox. It's a bunch of used tools. But I think Jeff would do really well if he opened a store instead. And he wouldn't have to carry these huge finance things. He could just put everything up on the wall, still carry a credit account if he wants to for people to come in and out. Otherwise, people are just paying cash, and they're in there for the one purpose. They're not these guys that are just jumping out of the dealership or the independent shop, taking a 10-minute, 15-minute break, and then hopping back off and not spending a dime. Now you got people that are deliberately going into your store looking to purchase things, and they're there for that reason, and then they're out. If they don't see anything within their price range that they want right away, they're going to bounce. But aside from that, you know they came in there for that. They're not just coming up there to chew your ear off for 10 or 15 minutes, losing you 4 hours of business per day as a result. So I think being a tool distributor, even though it sounds pretty cool, it's not. And it's a fading market. I mean, that career path is going down the drain slowly but surely. And I think a lot of these tool distributors are starting to see that. But that's all I got for this video. What are your thoughts and opinions on the tool trucks? Phasing out, still with the program? Where are we at? Let me know in your area what's going on. That's all I got for this video. Cheers and deuces.